Hello, welcome to the weather update. It's 10 o'clock on the 5th of March, and we have a weak high pressure over us. Today we did see some clouds, quite a few clouds building up, especially later, especially toward noon and afternoon. And tonight we're seeing a little less of them, but you see a little more bleeding in again. Just dealing with more and more clouds again. You can never get a clear day. It was mild today, and it still is 45 degrees at Farmingdale. Get a little closer here. We've got 43 at Islip, so above normal for the day. I'll show you what the day was like at Islip. You can see clouds. It wasn't too breezy in the morning, and it was in the mid-30s, but then got a little breezier as we got toward the noon hours, and then we had all the clouds develop. You can see some clear sky for a short time in the noon hours, but you can see we got up well to the 50s, above normal again today. We'll put the highs up here. Highs and the lows. So here are your highs for the day. And you see highs in the mid-50s, even upper 50s to around 60 in New Jersey, which is pretty crazy. We even have, like I said, I put a picture of a tree blooming. It's unbelievable just how warm it's been. Minimum temperature, the lows, we did a low around 30 at West Hampton. Mid-30s pretty much. It looked like it was a little colder in New Jersey. The mid-20s with some more, I guess they had some better radiational cooling conditions there. We'll go look at the Islip, the climate statement for Islip today. Here we are. So Islip, high was 55. Normal's 45, so 10 degrees above normal for the high. 31 was the low. The normal is 29, 2 degrees above normal, so that gives us a mean of 6 degrees above normal for the day. So once again, yep, above normal temperatures once again. We didn't think we'd be having above normal temperatures, but yeah, here we are yet again dealing with above normal temperatures. So let's go look at, we got that high pressure over us, bringing us fair weather. All right, but let's go ahead and look at the overall pattern. We'll go start with the jet stream here. You see we've got that zonal pattern still with the trough in the west, so not much has changed. But you'll see as we get toward the later part of the week, you see more of a trough in the east, a little bit of a block there, a little bit of a ridge in the west. But unfortunately, it doesn't last, and we go back to some ridging in the east and a big broad trough in the west. It just never ends, I tell you. So here we go again. You can see that ridge that we're dealing with once again. This week you'll see it pop up again as we deal with it as we head into Monday here. And then you see a little troughiness there, deep troughiness, block in Greenland. You see there that'll bring us some cooler air, but no big cold air outbreaks with this setup. As you see, there we go again. Trough in the west, ridge in the east. Nothing new here to see. Thought we'd see a change, but no. So let's go to the temperature anomaly chart. All right, so here we are on a temperature anomaly chart. Above normal tomorrow. We are finally going below normal on Tuesday into Wednesday, slightly around normal after that. And then you can see, but most of the cold air is out west. You do see some below normal temperatures in the east, though, it looks like. So we're starting to see a little bit of cold air, but look what happens toward the end of the period again. There's that ridge rearing its ugly head with the same old pattern that we've been dealing with all damn winter long. Different variations of it with that fire hose in the Pacific coming one way or another and shutting off the cold air. So let's go look at the surface as we head into Monday, and you'll see there's that high, moves offshore, a little clipper type system, brings us a chance for some light mixed precipitation Tuesday morning. And then we have this bigger high that's nosing down from eastern Canada. That's originally this high was going to be a lot bigger. It's not as big or as strong as it once was, but it should finally give us a couple of sunny, clear days. I really hope so, because once we're done with that, by the weekend, we have a low pressure moving in, and chance of more wet weather for next Saturday. And then right behind it, boom, here comes another one. And then maybe behind that, it looks like maybe it could do something, but that's a ways away. You know it's never going to happen. Then another high tries to build in, so at least we have a little bit of a change, and we see a few troughs in there to bring us a little bit of a break from this ridiculous weather that we've been having all winter long as far as the clouds go. That's my number one complaint with this winter, all these damn clouds. So let's look at our dew points and wind flow. I'm going to stick with the GFS on this. We need to go to the HRRR because we're looking at the short range. In fact, before I even pop this on here, let's go look at the precipitation here. All right, so we're dry tomorrow, obviously, but this is the system here. Nothing to write home about. It looks like a period of light snow, maybe early Tuesday morning. It probably won't accumulate too much because the temperatures are going to be very warm. Maybe stick to some trees just for a coating, and then it's gone and it's out of here. If we look at the HRRR, the total snowfall here, it would be very, very little. It's mainly going to be in the mountains because we're going to show you the dew points and the temperatures, and that's why I don't think this is going to be much of anything. So here's your dew points and wind flow for tomorrow. You see northwest winds, dew points drop a little bit toward the evening. Actually, there does seem to be a bit of a dry air that moves into the afternoon. That could give us some nice skies, but you'll see as that precipitate. Actually, the dew points are definitely enough supportive of snow, but we'll stick. That's the thing. But you'll see as we get into Tuesday, here's some colder air that finally works its way into the area. You see the lower dew points and northwest winds there. All right, so air temperatures are going to be what the challenge, I think, is going to be with this snow. So tomorrow, it's going to be after tonight, we'll drop probably into the mid-30s. It won't get that cold. And then tomorrow, same temperatures as today, probably mid-50s again, even though I think it'll be more like low 50s when you look at this. It's underdoing, and it's probably going to be just as warm as it was today. And then as far as overnight, you see the temperatures just around the freezing mark, maybe. And then Tuesday is going to be colder with temperatures in the mid to upper 30s. Maybe we actually don't make it out of the 30s on Tuesday, perhaps. All right. But we have several models to look at with this upcoming system. GFS will be the next one we can look at. And this is the only chance of precipitation that I'm going to focus on in this video. You'll see it's just a little clipper type system, so it's those are usually pretty moisture starved. But it could give us a coating, perhaps. I think that's all we're going to see, and I don't think it's going to be on the roads. I really don't. So let's go look at our dew points and wind flow. We'll take this further now as we go into here. So you see that air moving in. North winds, they stick with the north winds Wednesday. We stick with them Thursday. And hopefully this is a good wind direction for clear skies. And then Friday, you see the wind start to go a little more northeasterly. And then we have that system to deal with on Saturday. And then beyond that, again, we have, it looks like easterly flow. So it's going to be unsettled the weekend, next weekend. And then maybe after that, we can get into some drier air. Of course, this is now way in the long range. But you'll see as I go along, there's no real Arctic air. And then look what happens toward the end of the period. We see ridiculous warmth as we get to the first day of astronomical spring. Also, the clocks go ahead next weekend as well. I always forget to bring that up, but I'll try to remember. So looking at our temperatures, you'll see we'll be mid-40s for Wednesday. Lows at night probably in the mid to upper 20s. Thursday, we already start moderating already. Here we are, 45 to 50. Friday, mid-40s. You don't see anything crazily cold in here. Maybe we'll have a couple of days where we'll only be in the 30s. Maybe we can pull that off at least. And then you see toward the end of the period there, this is a little further along. You'll see some colder days. Some Arctic air, but it is colder weather for sure, at least. So we'll have a couple of colder days in there. Let's go to the skies now, starting off the GFS here. And you'll see, here's the GFS, and you'll see for tomorrow, it's showing a mostly sunny sky, but I think we're going to have a lot of clouds around. Mid-level and high clouds, especially. Let's pull up a sounding for 18 to see. Let's see where the moisture is. Yeah, it's going to be mid-level, so you're going to have a lot of mid-level clouds coming in probably for tomorrow after some sun in the morning. Obviously, Tuesday, it's showing clouds lingering around, but then we are Wednesday and Thursday. We could actually have a pair of not mostly sunny days, hopefully. And then the clouds will increase on Friday, though it's still showing. Let's see, we'll put a sounding here. It's showing some high clouds coming in on Friday. This is, again, the GFS. It's low resolution. With clouds, I prefer to use a higher resolution model, so we're going to jump to that right now. So here you are tomorrow, and you see those high clouds. That'll be mid-level and maybe some high clouds streaming in tomorrow. It probably won't be a clear day tomorrow. And then for Tuesday, it's showing clouds to start, but then as we get toward later in the afternoon, we might see maybe some more sunshine, perhaps. I'll have to see. Even though we saw that dry air coming in, you'd think it would help with the cloud cover tomorrow, but it's showing quite a bit of mid and high level clouds. We'll have to see if this is the RGEM. We'll go through a couple of other models because the models don't all agree on the clouds. It's showing more sun later on Tuesday afternoon, and then for Wednesday, it's showing mostly sunny conditions, though it is developing some cloudiness, throwing some cloudiness over the area Wednesday just from that. Because we have the blocking. We have a little bit of wave energy coming through late in the afternoon. Let's now go to the NAM. All right, and we have the 0Z NAM in because we are running a little later tonight. I kind of wanted to do that. So we had some more models. So this is the NAM for tomorrow, and the NAM's different. The NAM has mostly sunny conditions until like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll have to see what happens with that. Tuesday starts off with clouds. But then by late morning, the NAM actually gives us mostly sunny skies before building more clouds in. And then for Wednesday, it has us mostly sunny as well. So different models doing different things with the skies. But I think the best chance for clear weather is still going to be Wednesday and Thursday when we get those northerly winds and that dry air coming in and that little bit of blocking that we'll have to give us into a nice little column of some dry air there. Let me go to Ventu Sky here. We'll do the Ventu Sky here. So we can also look at this model as well. This is the HRRR for cloud cover for tomorrow. So we start at 5 a.m. You see it's clear. Go to 9 o'clock. Still mostly sunny. Let's see, 11 o'clock. It's already showing some clouds coming in already the area. Then by noon, it's overcast in New Jersey, but still showing sunshine over Long Island. And then by 1, it looks like we're having a lot of clouds around. For Tuesday, enough, it actually is clearing us out. It's clearing New Jersey out, not Long Island, but it is clearing New Jersey out. So it could be mostly sunny in New Jersey and cold, according to this. Upper 30s to cold. I mean, you're not going to, as far as Arctic air, we're done. Unfortunately, this winter, we're not going to see any Arctic air. It sucks. We're going to have to wait for next winter. It's awful, I know. So last, we go to the climate outlook here, Climate Prediction Center, 6 to 10 and 8 to 14 day here. And it does have below normal in the east. It does have it, mostly a little bit. So they seem to think that it's going to be below normal. So they're obviously looking at a different model than the model I just showed you. If I go to the tidbits, they're probably using the European model. So I guess, let's go to the European model. They seem to like the European model. And we'll go and we'll look at the European model because it probably has a different look to it. So let's go. And for whatever reason, they like using the European. So I'm going to go to the 12Z here. I thought, because it seems like this model seems to be a little different. Let's go to the Jetstream here. On here. And let's see what we got here. So this is the Jetstream. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, see, this looks different. This looks colder. This looks a lot colder. So the European looks a lot colder. We still have that. The problem is, as long as you need, in order to get some really cold air, you need a ridge in the west. But look at what we got going on. This looks like a fire hose in the Pacific here. So I don't know why it's doing that. It's just that this setup just doesn't look good for any really sustained cold weather or any more snow, of course. So we go to the upper air on the European, but it does have a different look to it. It does show that block, and it shows it. But we know the European has been off a lot this winter. So I don't know why they're going with the European. We'll see. I mean, this is going to be our best chance before we got to deal with at least 6 months of hell with the heat. So, what can I say? So let's go to our temperature anomalies here, and we'll go ahead and look at this. And this is probably going to be, it looks similar to the European. I mean, it looks similar to the GFS. It really does. We'll look at the surface here. It's really not a big difference here. This is that next Saturday system, though it is colder. The European would give us snow. If that system were to give us, that would give us snow right there. So we'll have to see. There are some glimmers of hope, though, like I said, it's going to be hard to change what we've been dealing with all winter long. But I'll just say it this way: some glimmers of hope. At least we'll see some sunshine this week after all this crappy weather that we've been dealing with for the past I don't know how long. So that's going to wrap up this weather update. Thank you for watching and have a good night.